All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. If more people want to hop on, I will let them in. So there may be just a brief pause if I have to admit somebody. But I want to say hello, and my name is Taylor, and I am the STEM career coach here at APUS. So thank you guys for joining in today to talk about networking like a pro. We're going to cover various areas on networking, and this topic is really essential as networking requires meeting new people, reopening doors to past relationships, and utilizing those current connections with people who share a profession, industry, or interest with you. But a question I hear often is from students is, why is networking so important and how do I do it? Well, building those connections could be that key to taking your career to the next level. And the great thing about networking is that there are several options on how to go about it. There's not really one way of doing it, and making those connections and the reason why it's so important we're going to talk about here throughout today's presentation. So today's agenda is packed with some valuable insights and practical tips to boost your networking skills. And we're going to start by uncovering the importance of networking and the different types you can leverage. Then we'll dive into building a powerful online presence and crafting an elevator pitch to make the most of networking in those different situations. We're also going to explore overcoming networking challenges and identifying the importance of an effective follow-up. After you've made some connections and, the process and steps to going about, staying in contact. And then finally, we'll wrap up with some key takeaways and open the floor for questions if you guys have any questions. So why does networking matter? Well, networking in today's job market is definitely more crucial than ever before. With more qualified candidates entering the workforce, job search platforms are booming, and the advancement of technology, having a person or two, or preferably a whole lot more, they're going to help stand by you and help you stand out among those hundreds to thousands of applicants, depending on where you're applying. Often I hear students, often when I'm meeting with those students, they say, I'm just going to only stick to submitting applications. And which, if that's the approach that works for you, then that is great. But think about all the possibilities and opportunities that are missed, that you could gain through networking, like gaining tips with career advice and guidance, gaining additional support with the job search, and enhancing who you are and your professional presence to potential employers. So one reason networking matters is the career advice and guidance one can gain. When looking to jumpstart your career or grow professionally, we seek information on pursuing, on how to pursue that career goal. Like, who knows this information? Who can I speak to gain more insight? So whether you are new to the job search, transitioning industries, or evolving in your role, having advice and guidance from a professional in the industry allows you to utilize a free resource to help gain clarity in your career direction. By seeking that career advice and guidance, networking connects you with industry professionals who likely have had similar challenges you are facing or have made a successful career transition when navigating the industry. They can provide insight into navigating the field to help you make more informed decisions about your career direction and to help you just feel more confident in, taking those next steps. So having somebody there in your corner can just help you make some different connections outside of, just getting that job, but what job is going to benefit you and that you find most important. Secondly, you can receive that job search support. So according to the 2020 Job Seeker Nation survey, roughly 31% of professionals find job opportunities through networking. And then reported by CNBC, research shows that 70% of all jobs are not published publicly on job sites, as much as 80% of the jobs are filled through, they're mainly filled through personal and professional connections. So these are some pretty steep statistics that we're looking at, demonstrating the support you receive from industry professionals on various levels, increasing your chances to learning about the job positions that are available or becoming available, or could be made available, receiving those recommendations from these people that you're speaking with. They identify your potential, so they're going to put that good word in for your manager. Which is those referrals, which contribute significantly to boosting the chances of gainful employment. And even if you don't receive that job, you may have received the interview, which is one step toward, that gainful employment. So having someone there to support you in the job search is a really essential reason why networking matters. And then lastly, you can enhance your professional presence. So by actively networking with professionals in the virtual and non-virtual outlets, it increases your visibility in the industry that you are pursuing. Connecting with those like-minded individuals in the field you are pursuing demonstrates your dedication and commitment and passion for the field. Outside of just verbalizing it, you're demonstrating it. You're showing these people who you are, what drives you, what fuels you in this industry. So it is your chance to bring your less than that 2-page resume to life and build a more personal connection than just a random application transaction. Displaying who you are and your capabilities may result in invitations to events, speaking opportunities, and additional offers to showcase your expertise. These possibilities then further to connect you with more experts in the field, allowing you to flourish in your skills, your knowledge, and increase your chances of gaining that job that interests you or working towards that job that, that dream job. So right now you might just be taking those baby steps, but taking, enhancing that professional presence can really start setting you apart as you are working towards that long-term goal. Let's explore 3 distinct networking strategies because there are different types of networking out there. But each of these strategies are strategically designed to foster the expansion of your professional network, facilitate connections with the industry experts, and provide valuable support to you, and ultimately elevate your visibility within the professional landscape. So virtual networking is going to be the first one that we talk about. And of course, virtual networking is going to be the most accessible way for professionals to connect, especially in this post-pandemic world. There are several benefits to utilizing an online platform to expand your connections, like there's the convenience and affordability, and overall just globalization because you're not just stuck in your local area. This is worldwide opportunities to connect with individuals across the nation, across the globe. So as long as you have access to the internet, you have a way to communicate with professionals at any time from anywhere. So there are now hundreds of webinars and conferences being hosted worldwide, and this is another way, you can start networking virtually, is attending these conferences, attending these webinars that are being hosted. You're saving money on the cost of travel expenses and possibly even those fees. Because of the virtual aspect, it just provides a way to connect with these professionals on that global scale to expand your reach. And ways to network virtually can be utilizing sites like LinkedIn, attending virtual career fairs, and being active in a professional association. LinkedIn is a widely used platform worldwide, offering professionals a variety of networking and learning opportunities. It sets professionals up for success by establishing industry connections, collaboration, skill enhancement, even opportunities for attending virtual career related events. And the nice thing about LinkedIn is that it can be tailored specifically to your interest and what's fueling your passion, allowing you to, potentially broaden your horizons and not just staying in, one lane, one focus. So the other are virtual career fairs, so VCFs, and they are up and coming with the vast technology advancements being made, and VCFs provide the option and flexibility to connect with recruiters in various industries to learn more about the company, what the hiring managers are looking for in a competitive candidate, allowing you just to introduce yourself to different people, learning about that company culture, what their expectations are, what they're looking for. So it gives you an opportunity just to learn more and making a connection with a company that you're interested in working for, or finding out, it might not be the best fit for me. So APUS here in Career Services, we do host several VCFs a year. We host employers from various industries, and these employers are located nationwide with in-person and remote opportunities as well as internships. So the next upcoming VCF is geared towards hiring veterans or active military professionals, and that's going to take place on March 6th. I'm going to drop a link here at the end on where you can access more information about that in CareerLink. But if that is something you're interested in, check that out. We will have more coming up this year, so keep an eye out on CareerLink under the events page to see if there's one that you may want to attend. And then another is engaging with professional organizations and associations, so specific to your industry. So finding, if you're depending on what your interest is, finding that professional organization, engaging with people through this valuable platform to showcase your expertise to the industry experts that students and alumni don't often know about doing. They don't know that these are options. So checking out those professional associations. They often offer blogs, discussion forums, conferences, and even some of them even have like job boards for job postings, which is serving as an excellent resource for staying current on industry trends. Additionally, it opens the floor to collaborate with peers on relevant topics and chances to contribute to publications. So it not only offers an opportunity to connect, but to get who you are out there to make you more visible. Being an active member, if you were to decide to go for a bigger role with the organization, it offers significant networking opportunities and really enhances your professional profile, making it an influential addition to your resume. Another networking type is, of course, in-person networking, as it does offer that more personalized approach to establishing meaningful connections by facilitating that face-to-face interaction. This networking method creates the opportunity to develop those genuine relationships with industry professionals, mentors that you're meeting, recruiters, and those potential employers. Despite the initial intimidation that may come with that in-person networking, especially, that hesitation of speaking to someone new or, not really comfortable quite yet because you don't know that person, but it shows, to be a little bit more effective in that communication because of that, because of your way of being able to communicate versus, not really sure the tone or perspective that one line gives, but allows you to really showcase who you are, who your personality is, and conveying those ideas. And you can identify and distinguish those nonverbal cues from that other person about their, you can tell if they're interested, if they want to hear more, or maybe, maybe not at this time. So being able just to read the other person and reading the room, which it doesn't really allow for that one line, but that's a really big benefit to networking in person. In various settings, this can happen. I mean, in-person networking can happen anywhere. You could be in a grocery store and you bump into somebody and you just strike up a conversation, and one thing leads to another, and you find out you guys are interested in a similar job role, or that person has your dream job, and so those doors can open. But when it comes to ways to narrow down, of course, the networking, it can happen in settings like local career fairs. Oftentimes the community holds these. So if you'd want to go to an in-person career fair or local, like I know healthcare settings do it often, sometimes even if you're able to attend, like if you went to an in-person school, sometimes they have them at their school as well, like other universities and colleges that you may, it might be your alma mater, conferences, workplace, just in your workplace, networking with people in similar roles that you would want to pursue, volunteering initiatives and outreach projects. So if you are working on something or you are partnered with another organization out there, that's another opportunity to network with those people. And those are the ideal outlets for engaging in impactful in-person networking experiences. When engaging in face-to-face networking, you definitely want to ensure a polished appearance, attentive, active listening, and adept contact information, and take in that contact information collection. So if you've ever heard the saying, dress to impress, and some people are for it, some people aren't against, or aren't so for it. They're like, this is who I am. But when you are in person, when you are networking, it really is true, because your appearance is essential to the introduction to who you are. You want to display your best professional self to those you're networking, to positively capture the attention of others, be taken seriously, and to minimize that disruption on the listener side. So knowing what you will wear will depend on the nature of the event taking place, the formality of the event. So it's really vital just to do that research beforehand to ensure you are not under or overdressed for the occasion. And then to sustain that genuine in-person connection, active listening is going to be essential to ensure those you speak with are feeling heard. Being attentive and actively listening to those you interact with is critical for retaining that key information and moments that can reconnect you in that follow-up email, phone call, or that next in-person event that you end up attending. So that way you can pick up those key points. Maybe their dog was going through some type of training or something like that. And that's just a key point that you remember, like, hey, how was the dog training? So just to help spike up that interaction based off of something that you've heard of, or if they attended a conference, so how did the conference go? Or, wasn't able to make it. So that kind of thing, just to help follow up to, or, you told me you were a speaker at the conference. How did it go? That kind of thing. So really active listening is going to be crucial. And that active listening benefits you to ensure that you acquire those fundamental details and those potential opportunities for gathering information that may be beneficial for you and gaining feedback for you. So that way it can assist you with your research and moving forward. And then ensuring that seamless exchange of contact information is going to be critical during in-person events. So to facilitate this, consider obtaining, you may want your own business card just to hand out that has, your email, your LinkedIn QR code, your phone number, that kind of thing. So that if somebody were to say, how can I contact you? You can just give them a business card. But also make sure that you're receptive to getting one for yourself as well, if it's someone that you're interested in continuing to connect with. But if you can always just still give out your email address. If you have an e-portfolio, gather their e-portfolio, or scanning their LinkedIn QR code right there in that moment. So those are ways just to go ahead and start obtaining their information. That way you can stay connected. And then just, of course, be well prepared to receive and to give that information. And then lastly, there's hybrid networking. So this is utilizing both virtual and in-person approach, which can further expand and enhance your network connectivity. Utilizing both or even one method will help you to grow as a professional. So sometimes, you may just feel more comfortable virtual networking. That's where you've been thriving. That's great. You can continue doing that. Maybe you do better at in-person, and that's okay too. Of course, stick with that, or maybe you want to start with one and then move into the other, or maybe it's just easier to try both out. So there's no right or wrong method, but the more you're able to network, virtual or in person, the more you're able to grow your network and the connections that you make, and just to grow as a professional. So in the digital era, having an online presence is society's proof that we exist. At this point, we hear like, oh, I'll just look them up on Facebook, or, oh, let me check them out on LinkedIn, and if you can't find that person, you're like, who are they? Where are they? Are they real? So that's just kind of society's way of identifying that, again, that we exist. So it's your digital footprint that often serves as that initial point of reference for others seeking information about you and maximizing user engagement with your intended audience. So you can build that strong online presence by utilizing LinkedIn, creating your own e-portfolio by looking, and you can build these on sites like Wix or Google for free. And there's various other platforms out there, especially depending on your industry. If you're IT, there might be, or cyber, you might utilize GitHub. So, and just engaging with these online communities. By establishing a strong online presence, you can effectively utilize your network, increase that visibility, and just broaden that outreach. So, again, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, e-portfolios, and engaging with online communities. So, we're going to dive in a little deeper with those 3 points of view. So, to begin building a strong online presence, I recommend creating a LinkedIn profile. This platform it could be your starting point for getting connected and branching out. LinkedIn walks you through setting up the steps and some things to think about when setting up your portfolio, when setting up your LinkedIn profile. You want to be sure to include a clear photo of yourself for the profile photo, a strong headline with your current job or industry you are pursuing or that you're seeking to pursue, a solid professional summary of who you are and inspiring to become, and include your professional experience and skill set along with your education. But again, LinkedIn's going to walk you through that. And if you are in the process of creating a LinkedIn, or you don't really utilize it, or you do utilize it, you may be interested in using Hiration. It is a free AI tool for our APUS students and alumni. This provides LinkedIn optimization by providing feedback and suggestions to help you build a strong profile. And if you're interested in using it, I'm going to drop a link here at the end so I can send it your way, but it can help give you just feedback on building a really strong profile to, get yourself out there and just staying current with what people are looking for to help you build those strong connections. And then we have ePortfolio. So ePortfolios really have revolutionized the traditional concept of paper-based portfolios. Often, when you'd go to a job interview, you may have printed off several pieces of your work to take in just to show the employer, what you've done, what you're capable of. But now you can do all of this online. So where physical copies of work and projects were compiled over the years, in today's digital age, creating an ePortfolio offers a dynamic platform to really showcase a diverse range of projects, work history, educational assignments, and more, all consolidated in one accessible location. So it's basically bringing your resume to life. And things that might not have fit on your resume or may not have been the most appropriate for that resume or cover letter, you can include here in your ePortfolio to show employers. So if you have different publications or you've done different projects, you want to add some photos, things like that. Of course, make it professional, but it also demonstrates who you are. And you could add that ePortfolio link to your resume. You can use it to, when you're networking with other people out there in the industry, you can include it on your LinkedIn. So with those user-friendly platforms like Wix and Google, you can build those free ePortfolios that capture your professional journey comprehensively. So integrating your ePortfolio within those professional networks can assist you with enhancing that online presence and those networking opportunities. So again, whether you're transitioning careers or solidifying your professional footprint, they can serve as a very valuable tool and archive of your achievements and skills, offering that compelling narrative of your growth and expertise. So engaging with online communities offers a multitude of interaction avenues. These communities encompass diverse platforms, including professional organizations, industry-related forums, campus clubs, and honor societies. A really big one that we have here at APUS is the NSLS, the National Society of Leadership. So these platforms provide those valuable networking opportunities and serve as a hub for collaboration, knowledge sharing, and those career advancements. So engaging with like-minded individuals and groups online not only establishes your visibility, but also showcases your knowledge and capabilities. By actively participating in professional and industry organizations, you open those doors to various leadership opportunities, such as committee memberships, board of director roles, mentoring programs, content creation, and advocacy efforts. It really opens those doors to sitting on these different areas and building skills and experience in those networks. Additionally, honor societies offer avenues for leadership and collaboration through executive board positions, committee leadership, event coordination, mentorship programs, and advocacy and outreach. And there's also those professional development initiatives like workshops and seminars. So if there's an honor society that you've been invited to or you're interested in, I highly encourage you to look into it, because it's not just as a student, but it follows you through your professional growth and as an alumni. Being able to get into these programs, or maybe you don't have all the experience yet, this could open those doors to build that experience or fill that skill gap that you might not have for a role that you are interested in. Seizing these opportunities within online communities, they not only foster your professional growth, but it also enhances your resume, facilitates those valuable connections in the field that you're interested in pursuing, and it ultimately establishes that strong online presence. Networking with others you don't really know is a wonderful thing, but how do you approach it? So the first step to approaching this would be to craft a compelling elevator pitch. And these elevator pitches, they are a way for you just to introduce yourself swiftly and, introducing your area of expertise, your career goals, all within a 30-second or less, per se, speech. The pitch provides a way to connect with the people you do not know, and it provides you with the opportunities to say who you are, your goals, and if you are job searching, how you can benefit the company. Crafting this effective elevator pitch is crucial for conveying who you are, what you do, and what value you bring. And these elevator pitches can help break the ice, just making that initial connection with another person, whether it's in person or online. Having one of these can just, again, it just introduces who you are to get the conversation started. And remember and keep in mind to tailor your elevator pitch to your audience and the goals that you've set, keeping it concise and engaging and authentic. You want to practice delivering your elevator pitch, especially if you are doing more in-person networking events, or if you have that opportunity to deliver who you are. Again, if it's just in some type of random setting, but you want to be confident, but you want it to be confident and make that lasting impression, but you also don't want it to sound rehearsed. So it should sound very natural, not very robotic kind of thing. Like, you want to know what you want to say, but you also want to make it personalized. There are elevator pitches for different situations, and this is what I mean also by tailoring, and had talked about, like, whether you're in person or just kind of out there or online, but these different situations can be based on your goals and the platform that you're using to network. So why is tailoring the pitch so important? Well, for 5 main reasons: relevance, connection, impact, versatility, and memorability. Think about it. Each networking opportunity, they're not going to be the same. Additionally, your goal may be different depending on the platform in which you are connecting. So from sending a LinkedIn message to attending a job fair, it just varies. You may, LinkedIn, you just might be looking to grow your network and just connect with a like-minded person, whereas that job fair, you're looking for a job. So you're going to give a pitch on why you are good for that job. Whereas LinkedIn, you're just looking to gain more information. So tailoring your message to the audience. The interests and needs of your target audience is going to differ. Therefore, your pitch should as well to engage, captivate, and resonate with the individuals. So here are 2 examples of effective elevator pitches, and these are people that have quickly introduced themselves, their background, and their intentions. So the first one is, hello, I'm Lance Waldo, a healthcare administrator of 6 years with a focus on operational efficiency and patient-centered care. With a track record of streamlining processes and optimizing resources, I strive to improve healthcare delivery to positively impact patient outcomes. I'm excited to explore opportunities where I can leverage my skills to drive innovation in healthcare. So this is a really great example of someone just who may be at an in-person networking event, giving a little bit of background about themselves, looking to learn more and just, get connected with another person or people. And the second example is, hello, my name is Susan Q. I have my master's in emergency and disaster management, and I'm currently working towards my AEM certification. I have also been assisting with Hurricane Harvey recovery efforts in Houston as a FEMA reservist. I'm interested in your entry-level emergency management positions in the Northeast. I would love to hear more about the opportunity and company culture. So this person their goal is clear. They're trying to get a job. And with that, they're providing that background information about quickly, summarizing who they are and what they bring to the table. This example would be really great for a virtual career fair, in-person career fair, and any type of job-related networking opportunity. So now we're going to talk about following up. Strategies for effective follow-up after networking events include a follow-up email, staying connected through LinkedIn, and interacting with connections through shared virtual platforms or in-person events. If that comes up where you and your connections are going to similar conferences or webinars, following up there would be great too. But the follow-up I'm talking about is pretty immediate. So when it comes to connecting via email on LinkedIn or any other platforms offer resources, articles, or information mentioned during this conversation. So that's where that active listening component really will play a key role in that following up message. So this is a skill that demonstrates your willingness to contribute and adds that value to your follow-up communication. When it comes to following up via email, it should typically occur within that 24 to 48 hours after the event. So like a BCF or an in-person career fair, maybe even after a conference, send a personalized email to the people that you've connected with. The email should incorporate a specific detail from your conversation just to demonstrate your attentiveness and interest. And then if you are looking for more than just a connection, so say you are looking for that role, you can say, I would love to explore further about this job opportunity or future roles here with this company. So you can add in, what your motive is. And then For example, after attending an event, reaching out to the organizers or host to recognize and thank them for their efforts in bringing people together. If you were a part of the event, you definitely want to thank them for the opportunity. So if you were, an invited guest speaker, a lecturer, if you were, volunteering there, just thanking them for the opportunity and offering your services once more, just to keep that connection alive, keeping that opportunity going and that growth moving forward. And then staying engaged on social media. So connecting on LinkedIn by sending a connection request to those you've met at the event. With LinkedIn, when you send those messages, you could, when you send a request, you can also include a message. So you would want to include a personalized message reminding them of your interaction, who you are. And, that personalized message, it really goes a long way. So another way to follow up is also by interacting with your connections on those virtual platforms. So if there is a professional association that you're a part of, or if you find out you're a part of the same club or organization, liking, commenting, or sharing their posts can be really beneficial. This helps maintain visibility and reinforce visibility to those people, and also reinforces your connection beyond that initial meeting. By implementing these follow-up strategies, you can strengthen the connections made during networking events and pave the way for meaningful and ongoing professional relationships. Overcoming networking challenges. There are a lot of different networking challenges out there for different people, but the ones that seem to, they all have that common theme. Thinking about networking, we may have some fear and hesitation, which causes some personal challenges when trying to network. Some common challenges are the fear of being rejected or being rejected, low confidence, and hesitation to speak to strangers. So here are some tips to help overcome these challenges. First, reframe the rejection by remaining positive and reframe the thought process from taking rejection personally to seeing as feedback and how you continue to approach the networking field. It's okay if that person, says no, or, you don't hear back. See it as a way of maybe I could take an alternative approach, or, if they do provide you some feedback, okay, I'm going to use this as a learning tool. It's okay. Just stay positive and continue to move forward. It's a growth opportunity. Seeing it as feedback and how you can continue to approach that networking field. Next, build your confidence. No, it's easier said than done, but but I'm going to talk about, how to build it. So knowing what you want to accomplish when you are networking is key to feeling more confident. If you know what your goal is to learning or gaining, what your intent is gaining more of, then you can speak confidently and feel confident about it. Networking may involve stepping outside your comfort zone. And as you begin growing your network, I suggest starting with people that you know. So building your confidence by, maybe first starting with your coworkers, asking for a LinkedIn recommendation, or attending a conference with a fellow coworker to help ease into that networking process. And then when attending an event or reaching out on LinkedIn, take the time to research, go into the event confident on topics to discuss with others, or when sending a personalized message on LinkedIn, add that you also know that you um, add that you also know those similarities that you share with them. So if you guys have went to the same school, or you might bring up, oh, I also attended American Public University, adding a tidbit of information to help merge your connection, to help them see like, oh yeah, we do have some commonalities. The most common challenge I hear when it comes to networking is really interacting with strangers. So to help overcome this obstacle, I usually suggest easing into conversations. Consider setting the goal, like if you were to go in person, or if you are looking to, network with within a professional organization or LinkedIn, consider setting a goal for the number of people you aim to connect with. So, if you're in person, you might say, I'm going to meet 5 new people today, or, I'm going to reach out to 5 people virtually. That might just be a starting point. So tailor it to and of course you tailor that conversation information to the context. Practice active listening. So when you are meeting these new people, you don't always have to be the talker. Listen to the professionals you're meeting with. gain those valuable insights, allowing for those meaningful follow-ups after thoughtful reflection. When engaging with new contacts, prioritize those positive topics to foster constructive interactions. Of course, depending on your industry, there's going to be those controversial topics, but focus on some of the positive things that are happening, that are trending. So that way you don't feel completely uncomfortable in that situation until you start building up that confidence where you can start, challenging and growing, expanding conversations outside of your comfort zone. And then some key points. So throughout today's presentation, we discussed numerous strategies to network like a pro, establishing meaningful connections, which requires dedication and persistence, but the rewards are immense. By nurturing relationships and expanding your professional circle, you not only enhance your personal professional growth, but also open doors to exciting opportunities and new possibilities. So, networking is essential, but why? It's crucial for that personal and professional growth, providing opportunities to meet new people, rekindle old relationships, and leverage those connections with one's industry or interest. Career advice and guidance. Networking facilitates access to invaluable advice and guidance from professionals in the industry, aiding in career clarity and informed decision making. Then you have the job search support, which networking significantly boosts job search success, with a considerable percentage of job opportunities filled through personal professional connections rather than those traditional job sites. Enhance professional presence through active networking. It enhances your visibility within your industry, showcasing your dedication, commitment, and passion, leading to those invitations for events, speaking opportunities, and other offers to showcase your areas of expertise. And then lastly, those types of networking. Types of networking. So through virtual or in-person and hybrid options, each offer a unique advantage for expanding professional network and fostering meaningful connections. Thank you all for attending today's Job Search Basics presentation on networking like a pro. If you would like to connect with a career coach, please feel free to contact us through your eCampus by filling out a form or sending an email to Career Services, which I have up here, careerservices@apus.edu. If you are seeking resume help, feel free to send in your resume information to resumehelp@apus.edu. To continue to help with networking, I highly encourage you to check out CareerLink, which hosts APUS's job board where you can connect with recruiters and identify job and internship opportunities. Additionally, it's where you can find Career Services upcoming event information, where we host presentations and webinars like today with employers and our upcoming VCFs.